First timers at the Bean Blossom Blues Fest. All right, you're called Bean Virgins. All right, that's all right, but not anymore, right? All right, so just so you know what a cool event this is, uh, I have a lot of friends who've met wives and husbands here. I've had the privilege of meeting some of the best friends in my whole life here. I just hugged one family back here that I couldn't. Lynn, baby, I love you. There is so many great stories of great friendships starting here. This is not just about the love of music. This is about the love of each other, and it's just been a great experience in my life being part of this. I've met some of the coolest people ever, and so I'm actually going to say thank you to you guys for coming out to I'm clapping for you, coming out for a great event. Grant Stewart, the owner or host of this event, is doing an incredible job. I saw footage last night from some of the performances on the stage, and that was a night of music. You guys, I wasn't here for that, but I could feel it just through the video that you got to experience. Oh my gosh, Danielle, that was incredible. Then you're sitting there thinking, uh-oh, Jason's going to get trampled underfoot, man. But no, he came out there and he did his own cool thing. What an amazing night with a full moon. And we got another full moon tonight. Oh my gosh. All right, so what it's going to be like going back in time to 1969 and watching some Janis tonight, right? Yeah, are you fired up about that? All right. Well, we're lucky. I want to tell you about this instrument right here. The harmonica, to me, and in my opinion, is the easiest musical instrument in the world to learn. Every one of you that wants to is going to be able to learn to play something today. However, I would also say, and Bruce, I think you could probably back me up on this, it's also the most difficult instrument to master. What that means is you got a lot of playing and a lot of growing to do, because just when you think you're getting kind of good at it, some hayseed from Kentucky will climb up on the stage and blow you away. So always stay humble, okay? So that's the thing about this instrument. So what we're going to try to do first, real quick, I'm going to show you how they say to hold it. Now, listen to this. I'm going to show you something real quick. Take your fingers and just put them together like this, like you're clasping. And you'll notice that one of your thumbs is over the other thumb. How many people have their left thumb on top? Okay, that's less than half. How many people have their right thumb on top? And that's the majority. All right, that's interesting. So I'm in the minority. All right, good. Figures. All right, what that tells you is we're all different. We all have a different way of feeling things, and so I'm going to show you the right way, but you gotta do things that feel right to you. But here's the right way. Here's how you hold it. Numbers on top, index finger going along the top cover plate, your thumb on the bottom cover plate, and you pretend that bullets are shooting out of the harmonica, so you're going to stay out of the way of it. You want to stay out of the way of those bullets. So this is how you're holding it. Everybody got that? Numbers on top, everything. All right. Now, what you can do with this other hand is come around and you just lay your thumbs like that, so you're making almost like a clamshell here. Now this, if you were going to call somebody right now, if you were going to holler, you'd go, hello. You wouldn't go hello like that. You would go hello. All right. Well, that's the same concept with the harmonica. You can help get volume by cupping and staying out. So you just stay out of the way of it. Or you can cover it up. That's what the other hand's supposed to do. But just so you know, the main thing is if you're trying to get volume, you want to stay out of the way of the sound coming out. So that's how you hold it. All right, next thing is, when you are going to play, you might start out sounding like Bob Dylan, Right? Let's hear it. Everybody try to play the thing. Let's hear what happens. Yeah. All right, so when you do that, that's called a chord 2 or more notes played at the same time is a chord. That's what Bob Dylan does. He plays 2 or more notes. Well, your goal is to try to figure out, how do I get one note? Because in order to play a melody or a song, you need to be able to get one note. All right, so that's what we're going to learn. 80% of people are going to play, probably, I'd say 80%, are going to play what's called pursed lips. That's where you're just dialing in your kiss. You're dialing in your pucker until you get just one. So you're starting, then just dial in. Let's focus on the 4. When we're trying to get one note, the 4 blow, that's the most important note on that harmonica, because that's the note of the harmonica. You're supposed to all have C's. Is that what they have, Bruce? All right, so you got C's, so that blow 4 is a C. So what you're going to try to do is get a C, and so you play and you just dial in your pucker. That's called pursed lips. All right, I'm going to show you, and 80% of players play that way. John Popper, who was up playing in this state last night, he plays that way, pursed lips. Then there's 20% of us that play this tongue blocking way. Now this sounds difficult, but if you get it, you have an aha moment, and then it's really cool. What I'm doing is, I'm going to stand out here just for a second so you can see my mouth. But I'm blocking all the high notes. All these notes up here are blocked with my cheek, and the low notes are blocked with my tongue. And right here in the corner of my mouth is a little airspace right there. And so you end up being able to go like this. And now, by releasing my tongue off of the notes on the bottom, I can get a rhythm section. Then that's called tongue blocking. Now, if you don't play that way, or don't learn that, or don't get that, don't worry. There are people that have been playing for years that don't get it. But some of us just started out playing that way, and that is a cool way to play. And the best players do both. They can go pursed lips, or they can play tongue blocking. I'm going to show you how to cheat now. You know, cheating's never the ideal thing, but, you know, it's better than nothing, right? It's better than going around saying, I can't play. I'm going to show you how to cheat. Put one index finger on the 3 hole, and your other index finger on the 5 hole, leaving the 4 hole exposed between the 2 fingers. And now you have a single note. Now guess what happens when you draw in on that same note? You have the next note in the scale. Then what if you move up and you block the 4 and the 6 and just play the 5, blow 5? And then what if you suck on the 5? And then what if you blow the 6, same way? Draw in on the 6. Now on 7 you switch and draw first. And then blow the 7. That's how you do a scale. What you just did is a scale. Why is a scale important? All songs are different variations of the scale. Okay? So guess what you're going to do? You're going to learn how to play a scale. Maybe not today. We'll work on it here a few minutes. But when you're practicing the harmonica, your goal is to be able to go like this. Clean notes all the way up, all the way down. You always blow first, draw second when you come to hold. But when you get to 7, it switches, and you draw first and blow next. Okay? So people, do we understand the concept of the scale? Yeah. That you guys want to spend a minute or two here, and it doesn't matter how terrible it sounds, because it's going to sound terrible. Why don't you see, everybody who thinks they can play the scale, I want to see a hand as soon as you think you can play a scale.
Yeah, surprise, surprise. 3, right? Okay, we'll use the tongue blocking.
So, if I see you a year from now, I'm going to be asking you, can you play a scale at this seminar? If you guys come back, you can always come back to this thing and learn again, because I think it's I think it's a good refresher thing. But anyhow, next year I'm going to ask you if you can play the scale. I hope you can show me you can. Now, do you have the paper there in front of you? Everybody got that paper? Let's look at that. You understand when there's a number, that's a blow. When it's a circled number, that means that you should draw in or suck on that one. Okay, so you understand what that means? So now when we go to, so do you see the scale on there? Do you guys see where it says blow 4, draw 4, blow 5, and so on? I want you to memorize that scale. I want you to play that scale. I want you to get it in your head. Let me tell you why real quick. Why is a scale important? Let me tell you something. When you hear Jason Ritchie last night, or you hear any great harmonica player, and they're playing notes like this, you know, they're going, or they go, you know, they're playing like that really fast, you know. You know, your brain, your conscious brain would be going, blow the 5, suck the 4, blow the 4, blah, blah. And your brain just isn't fast enough, but your subconscious brain is fast enough. Matter of fact, your subconscious brain can go faster than we can even imagine. So the question, or the challenge, I should say, is, can you teach your subconscious brain where the notes are? You're probably wondering, when I play, how do I know where all the notes are? Because, I'll tell you why, I've played the scale thousands of times, and my subconscious mind, my subconscious brain, knows where the notes are. Okay? Now that's how I can sit here right now. If you could hum a song, I can play it. Because I know where to go to get the notes. Because every time you play that, two things are happening. You're knowing, your subconscious mind is knowing where the notes are, and you're also getting what's called muscle memory. You can actually feel. I know exactly where those notes are on this harmonica. I can play with my eyes closed because I feel it. It's muscle memory. I've done it over and over. I started playing. There's some of these kids back here, Savannah and Lindsay, and they're older than I was when I started playing. I started in 1969. I was 5 years old when I started, and that's what happens. It's easy to learn if you're a kid, by the way. These adults trying to learn have a harder time than you kids. You kids can jump right on this thing. And congrats to you guys for trying, man. Can anyone play the scale? Besides the guys that already knew how to play. Any of the new persons who haven't been a harmonica player before, can you play the scale? Is there anyone here that wants to try it? You got nerve to try it? Yeah, try it. That's all right. Yeah, blowing on the 6 and then sucking on the 6. You stopped right at 6. And then 7, did you suck first, then blow? There it is. Yep, you did. All right, nice. Good finish. All right, anybody else want to try a scale? All right, since you're all, I'm going to assume that since no one wants to play that you learned it really well. We're going to play Mary Had a Little Lamb. All right, I'm going to show you how you can play a song. Do you think you can play a song today? You think you can? You're going to. You're going to play today. Are you ready? Let's see if we can all blow on the 5. Draw on the 4. Blow on the 4. Draw on the 4. Blow on the 5 3 times. Draw on the 4 3 times. Blow on the 5, and then blow on the 6 twice. Now blow on the 5. Suck on the 4. Blow on the 4. Suck on the 4. Blow on the 5. Then suck on the 4 twice. And then blow on the 5. Suck on the 4. Blow on the 4. Ah! And you thought you couldn't learn to play harmonica. That was awesome. All right, that's Mary Had a Little Lamb. What you want to do? This will be an interesting question because I want to know what age did this country start going down the toilet. We're going to find out right now. All right. I want to know anyone in here who did not learn Mary Had a Little Lamb, Oh Susanna, those songs in school. If you were not taught in a music class those songs, raise your hand. So even you guys, you learned those songs in school? Mary Had a Little Lamb, Oh Susanna? Really? So we can't blame it on the music then. The country must be fine on the music. Good. Listen, why that's important. When you learn the simple songs, the songs that we all learned when I was little, I learned them. Mary Had a Little Lamb, Oh Susanna, Skip to My Lou, all those great songs. I think it's the start of music. I think that where Imagine Dragons comes from and where all these incredible bands come from is they started with Mary Had a Little Lamb and those simple songs. A good friend of mine has a song he wrote called Old Songs. And boy, it's the best song. I think it might be one of my favorite songs ever because it's talking about where we came from. So here's what you want to do as a harmonica player. Pick a couple songs that you're really familiar with, like Mary Had a Little Lamb, and play the heck out of it. Just like you play the heck out of the scale. It's teaching you where the notes are. It's teaching you familiarity with the instrument. I've had people say, well, Mary Had a Little Lamb, man, that's easy. Have you heard Stevie Ray Vaughan do it? have you heard anyone like one day I found a video where Led Zeppelin did Mary Had a Little Lamb. All right, so all you have to do is make a song your own, and you can make it a cool song. So let's learn this song. I want everyone when we're done here, we're going to play it again in a minute. I want everyone to know how to play Mary Had a Little Lamb, or at least have a start on it. If you can't play it by yourself successfully, listen, let's go back to the single note thing real quick. The single note thing is where people buy the harmonica, they go home and they can't get single notes, and so it ends up in the sock drawer. All right? That's where the harmonica ends up. It takes 2 weeks. 2 weeks of constantly playing it, trying it, going back to it, to get that single note thing figured out. The minute you do, it's exactly like riding a bicycle. You'll never forget it, and it'll feel totally natural to you. To be able to pick the harmonica up and go, you'll be able to do that. If you just stick with it for a couple weeks, it takes your brain will learn how to do that, but you gotta practice at it. If you give up, then you're going to go the way of most folks, where this becomes a sock drawer thing. All right, so stick with the single notes. One of the things that will help you is when you try to play Mary Had a Little Lamb, it sounds immensely better when you can play a single note. All right, so I'm gonna play it how I want you to be able to play it next time I see you. Okay. That's how I want. All right. Just make it a nice simple thing, and all right. What's on the sheet after Mary Had a Little Lamb? Is it showing you this chug thing, or what is it showing you next? Blues scale. All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah. We're at a blues fest, right? We need to be able to play a blues scale. The first thing that you want to do, though, when you're learning the blues, I want you to be able to play one lick where you can say to Grandma or whoever you're playing for, here, look, I can play the blues on the harmonica. Start at blow 3. All we're going to do is we're going to blow the 3, suck the 3, blow the 4, suck the 4. Let's try that. Do you hear the bluesy? Uh-oh. We hear some blue. I hear some blues out there. Blow the 3, suck the 3, blow the 4. All right, now if you want to be fancy, start at the suck 4 and go back down those notes. All right, Yes, ma'am. Yeah, all right, we're going to get to that in just a second. I'm wanting to introduce them here to just getting the notes close. All right, so guys, if I go just like this, tell me which one sounds bluesier. Look at this. This is going to fall right into your question. If I play it like this, that's one way to play it. Or if I go, do you hear the difference?
Yeah.
All right, there's two notes in there that I'm bending. Those are called blue notes. Thus the name blues. Blues means that it's a music that incorporates blue notes. It means that it's going to sound achy. It's going to sound painful. It's going to sound, but in that pain you find happiness. The blues was a way for blacks. They couldn't afford a lot of instruments back then, obviously. They're just becoming free people. They've been slaves. They didn't even have money before this. And suddenly they could buy, this is just after the Civil War, they could afford a harmonica. And a harmonica was one more avenue or one more vehicle to take them to freedom. And so what they're doing is they're playing from their heart. They're playing, this is, again, our culture here in America. We, this is our music. But it came from blacks coming off of the plantations. They were singing spirituals and some of the old gospel tunes, but they had an ache to it that we call the blues, and that's important to know how to do those notes. Well, bending notes takes skill, and you're not going to learn it your first time out. We're going to try to teach you, but you're going to have to work at it. But when you know what it sounds like, it's easier for you to work on it and get it figured out, okay? Here's how it goes. So let me just play a scale for you again without the blue notes, and you'll hear how important they are. Here's a scale without the blue notes. Now here's the same scale with the blue notes. Do you hear the bluesier sound? Oh, yeah. So those are important to learn. So let's do it on the draw 4. What we're going to try to do is your mouth does certain things when you go E-U-O. When you go E-U-O, and then down, just skip out the U and just go from E to O. When you go E-O, your tongue pulls back and drops down. Just do that. Go E-O. Do you see what you feel what your tongue's doing? It's pulling back and dropping down. E-O. All right, that's literally the same muscle. That's the same movement you're doing to bend a note. You're literally going E-O and pulling it back, and when you change, that's called your embouchure, for those who had high school band and played a clarinet. You're changing the whole shape of your mouth, and that changes the airflow, and when you change that airflow like that, you're going to bring the note flat. That's what we're trying to do, is flatten it. All right? So what we want to do is draw on the 4. I'm going E-O-E. Now, if you want to play around and try to get it, trying to do a train whistle is a great way to learn how to bend. Because you know, if you were doing a train, you'd be going. That's that draw 4. Wah, 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 that's the train whistle. You got to get it. It doesn't sound good if you don't bend it. Yeah. It is a little more, you're giving it a little more. As you learn to get better and better, what happens is the bends don't require much more air. At first, though, the way to learn this is you gotta give it a lot more power. This is, guys, just like riding a bicycle, just like learning to play single notes and bending. They're all aha moments. The minute you start pedaling, have you ever watched a person ride a bike? If you didn't know better, you would think, well, that's nearly impossible. How does a person do their legs like this and stay up on two wheels? That looks impossible. It's the easiest thing you ever did, though, isn't it? Right. You would just think you'll fall over, but you don't. All right, bending blues notes is the same exact way. It looks different. It feels different. It sounds different. But the minute you get it, you'll be like, what? It was that easy? Seriously? It's that easy. You can do it. You just got to keep working at it. You got to just bend that note by going E, U, O, E, O. That same kind of muscle. You're drawing in. So you're drawing in on draw 4 and bending it flat. See, now, what these good players do is they put licks together. So here's my favorite little blues lick is this, and it starts with a draw, draw bend. It starts on that. So you can just go. You'll be able to do all that. That's not no, that's not even hard. Really, there's actually real players that you're going to see on stage here tonight that can do a lot more than that. So what you want to do now to learn this blues scale. So do you see the blues scale on your paper?
Yep.
You notice that the previous blues scale, which we called, I think I call there the major scale or straight position. The major scale starts on a 4. This is and goes to 7. This is from 3 to 6. Now, I don't want to confuse you with a bunch of music theory here, but listen, you're on a C harmonica, but when you play this blues scale, you're playing in G. All right? So you're playing the harmonica in a different key than it was designed to play. See, nobody went down and taught the black people how to play the thing. Those guys, they just played it. And they started the scale at the wrong spot. But I think they did a pretty good job with it, don't you? They did pretty all right. So let's try it. We're gonna blow the 3. The next note you're gonna try to draw in and bend the 3. And blow the 4. The next note you're gonna try to bend the draw 4. And then draw it regular. Draw 5. And then blow 6. Now come back down. Blow 6. Draw 5. Draw 4. Bend the draw 4. And blow 4. Bend the draw 3. And then blow the draw 3. All right, that's hard. That's harder. Work on that, though. Let me tell you what happens when you get that scale. Well, you know what? Before I do that, I'm going to skip ahead. Do you see the train chugging thing? What do I call that thing? Bruce, what? Train chugging? All right. Guess what? That's going to be cool. You're going to love this. This is going to be the thing you take away from this seminar right here. All right, are you ready? Let's pretend your favorite band was up here on stage. Whoever that is. Your favorite band is here. Alice Cooper. All right, there you go. And Alice is playing about the song, School Getting Out, right? All right. And you don't know the song. You don't know the notes you're supposed to be playing, but you love Alice Cooper, right? And so you want to, and Alice looks out in the crowd and says, come on up and play with us. Bring your harmonica. All right. Guess what? Everyone in front of me right now, every one of you could do it. When we're done in 5 minutes, you'll be able to do it. He's going to tell you, you got to tell him, look, I can just play in G. Can you do it in G? And Alice is going to say, yeah, we can do that in G. All right? So you got your C harmonica. You're going to be playing in the key of G, and you don't know the song. He's just taking off on it. And all you do is draw in on the first 3 holes. That's the right chord, people. That's a G chord right there. Let's say you didn't know anything else to do. You could just sit here and go like this. Right in rhythm with him. And so he's sitting here playing, and he's going off on his song, and all you're doing is being his drummer. Well, the only problem with that is people would think you're cool because at least you're not sounding bad. You're in the right note and you're in the right key, but it's boring. You're not doing anything. You're just going. So why don't you liven it up a little bit and blow in on the first three. So you could just sit here and so why don't we put it in a pattern now? What we're going to do is we're going to draw in on the first three twice. Blow on the first three twice. Suck on the first two twice. And then blow on the first three again twice. Now let me show you what we're learning here, okay? I'm gonna give you a little demonstration. So Alice is playing, and Alice says, "Hey, come on up here, bring your harmonica, play with me, right?" I'm gonna be going like this. See, I can just take off now. That's just my foundation. I'm going. That's called chugging, and you become the rhythm section. The guitar player can take off and play a solo over that. You can just keep on going. That's why they call it chugging. All right? And the guitar player's doing his thing. Alice starts singing. Yeah! And he's doing his thing. Everybody's doing their thing, but you stay true to the rhythm, and you're in the right chords because he's playing in G. You've not done one thing wrong. And now you can actually play on stage with anybody playing any song. How cool is that? Now, you might get bored chugging. Remember I told you about a train whistle up on draw 4? Remember I said, hey, that's a train whistle. All right, so let's chug for a minute and then see if you can throw in a train whistle. And this is where you're going to learn to bend, people, because your train whistle will not work unless you learn to bend it. All right, and so you're all going to be able to bend it a little just because you want it so bad. You want that train whistle to work. So you're going to learn to bend by forcing yourself to do the train whistle. Let me show you a train whistle, how it's supposed to go. And I don't care if you play too. You don't have to stop and listen to me, but I'm just going to show it to you. Do you hear that? Yeah. That's what you got to do. There, yeah, nice. Oh, you breeze. All right, yeah. So I want everyone to practice that for a minute, chugging, and then we're going to do it together. Make sure you've got the pattern down. Twice on the suck, twice on the blow, twice on the suck, twice on the blow. That's all it is. Only difference is that that third segment there, you're doing just the first 2 holes instead of the first 3. That's it. When you get that rhythm in your head, when you get that pattern memorized, right, you will be able to do this without even thinking about it. Remember this, people. I always forget to tell people this, and again, I've had to struggle with this all my life because some of us are just born with it. My son's born with it, but I have to work at it. But you gotta have good timing. If you're gonna chug, you're being the drummer. You're literally you are adding rhythm to the whole music. Okay, so you can't just sit there and be off beat. We have dancers in this crowd. I know that. I know we have dancers. If you can dance, you can keep time. If you can dance well, let me rephrase that. If you can dance well, you can keep time. But you got to tap your foot. Everybody's got some way. You got to do something that helps you stay in time. But make sure you're feeling the music, right? You got that? Can anyone do a train whistle that's never done one before? Do I have anyone doing a train whistle? That's close.
Close.
Yeah. Anybody else do a train whistle for me? Does anyone have a hey? Does anyone have a time? What time is it? How much? All right, very good. We have a few minutes here. We're right on schedule, man. All right, so what's next is those blues licks that we learned early on. I kind of went out of order a little bit because I wanted you to learn those. So now you know. Does everyone have the blues lick memorized? That blow 3, suck 3, blow 4, suck 4. So you guys can all do this right here. Everybody can do that, right? Can you do that? All right. Is it because of the single notes? Is that the hard part? Because you'll get the single notes figured out. That's right. You want to memorize that. You want to blow the 3, draw the 3, blow 4, draw 4. If you get nothing else out of today, I want you to know how to play that scale, that lick. So do you understand this, that when we play like the blues, that's called second position or cross harp. When we play Mary Had a Little Lamb and Oh Susanna and that first scale and all that, that's called first position or straight harp. You got straight harp and cross harp. Let me ask, as an audience, would you like to go back and play Mary Had a Little Lamb again and get the straight harp thing right? Or do you want to spend a minute more and do the blues and figure out that blues lick and stuff? What do we want to do? Okay, blues lick. Let's make sure. Oh no, that's all right. Sorry about that. I want everyone to be able to play this. Then you went to a blues fest and you learned how to play a blues lick. All right. So is there anyone in here I'm going to ask again, is there anyone in here who can blow the 3, draw the 3, blow the 4, draw the 4, and then come back down again like this? Can anyone do this? That's not already a player. Can anyone do that? No? All right, now we're going to find out why. Let's blow the 3. Everybody blow a 3. Let's hear it. Blow 3. Nice. Everybody sounds good. Let's do that one more time. It sounded so good. Now draw the 3. If you can't bend, it's okay. And now blow the 4. Now draw the 4. Now draw the 4 again. Blow the 4. Draw the 3. Okay, so y'all just lied to me. Y'all can play it. I asked who could play that. Y'all just did it. All right. That's all you have to do. Blow the 3, draw the 3, blow the 4, draw the 4. I want you to learn that. What will happen is, as you want that to sound bluesier, you'll make it sound bluesier. All right? The notes that need to be bent, the 2 draw notes, you'll naturally want to bend them because it's going to sound more to your liking. So I want you to work on that little lick a lot because it's going to teach you how to bend. You want it like that. You want it bluesy like that. So whenever you're working on the thing, I want you to work on that lick. All right? And then you're going to work on your train chugging thing, right? And your train whistle. That's going to help teach you to bend. You're going to remember that you can jam along with any band, any musician, by understanding the train chugging. All right? So listen, there's some campfire jams going on tonight. You know about those? After the party, after the concerts on the main stage, do you know what happens in this park at night? Does everybody know? Or the newbies not know? Do you guys know? You know what happens? What happens?
The ghosts come out at night.
Yes. The ghosts of the great jams around the campfires come out at night. And I'm going to tell you what, it's fun if you get involved in that. Just go around. Everybody will be real welcoming. They'll be nice, won't they, Bruce? They'll be nice. Yeah. And just sit there and pull up your harmonica and ask them what key it's in. They're supposed to tell you anyway. And if they say G, you're armed and dangerous. You're like, uh-oh, you're in trouble now. Did you just say G? I can play in G on my C harmonica, all right? So get around and play and go to some of those jams, seek them out. We have, Bean Blossom Blues Fest has some of the best jams I've ever been to happening. I've walked up, I don't know if you guys know a famous country guy from the 70s, Johnny Paycheck. He had a harmonica player named P.T. Gazelle, and I've walked up here on jams where P.T. Gazelle's playing along. Last year, Jason Ritchie, or the year before, one or the other, Jason Ritchie was playing. Oh, last year was Dennis Grunling playing in these jams. Some of the greatest harmonica players in the world will be in this park playing at jams. I've seen it. Haven't you? You've seen it too, haven't you, Bruce? Yeah. So you know, some of that stuff rubs off on you too. You get around some of those good players, and I think some of it rubs off. So definitely go around, try all that. I do want to go back though to Mary Had a Little Lamb. I want to tell you, the blues is fun, and the blues is the festival that we're at. And yes, this is a blues music fest, but here's the thing. If you can't play Mary Had a Little Lamb for your grandma or somebody significant other, you can't play. You really got to be able to play a simple song. Pick any song you want. Mine's Mary Had a Little Lamb. Let's go back one more time. I want to see if we can do this. Let's all just blow on a 5. Yeah. Draw the 4. Oh, I'm starting. Hang on. Let me start on the right note. I blew a 4. I'm sitting here still on the blues thing. Let's start over. Let's blow a 5. And then draw a 4. Blow a 4. Draw a 4. Blow 5 3 times. Draw 4 3 times. Blow the 5 once, and then blow the 6 twice. Now blow the 5. Draw the 4. Blow the 4. Draw the 4. Blow the 5 3 times. And then draw the 4. Blow the 5. Draw the 4. Blow the 4. That's it. Give yourself a hand. Yeah, that's playing. If that song is a little hard, I'm gonna give you one more song that you can be practicing. All right. All right. Let's try that one. All right. So you're gonna blow the 4 twice. Blow the 6 twice. Suck the 6 twice. Blow the 6 once. Suck the 5 twice. Blow the 5 twice. Suck the 4 twice. Blow the 4. There you go. Rock on. You got that one, didn't you? You can, I'll play Skip to My Lou, and this is how I want you to play it next year. Are you ready? This is a good song to work on too. Hold on. You want to play this with me, don't you? All right. Let's back up, and we're going to slow it down, and then we'll play it fast in a second. Watch this. So it's dun dun. So that's blow 5, blow 4. And then blow 5 twice and then blow 6. So it goes like blow 5, blow 4, blow 5 twice, blow 6. So now we'll try it together. You can do that part? Everybody can do that part? That's all blow notes. And then the draw notes are, let's do, I forgot to tell you what they are. I'm sorry. Draw 4 twice. Draw 3 twice. All right, so what you're doing there is draw 4 twice, draw 3 twice, and then blow 5. Can you hear that? That's a little trickier, isn't it? Maybe I'll play it through one time. I will play this through. I want you to get this. The Skip to My Lou song is actually real good practice because it has all blows and it has a lot of draws, and you're learning to control your air. So it's a. So what you're doing is the whole first stanza is blows, then the next all of that is draws, and so it's teaching you how to control your air. Listen, the harmonica doesn't take a ton of air like you think. When you're playing right now and you start getting a slight headache and you're a little winded, that all goes away. That all goes away. After that 2 weeks where you're learning how to play single notes, all of the breathing issues go away. Did you hear me on that? So don't sit here and say, well, I can't play harmonica, it takes too much air. No, it doesn't. After you play it for a little bit, you don't even think about it. We'll forget Skip to My Lou. It looks like it's a challenge. But I want you to work on that song, though, on your own, because it will teach you good breath control. Does anyone have any questions more that they think that they've always wanted to know about a harmonica? This is your chance. We got a few minutes left. If you have a question, feel free to ask it. Yeah, go ahead. What? Reeds. You mean what makes the music? So it's got a little thin strip of metal, and that metal vibrates just like if you put a blade of grass in between your thumbs. Have you ever done that where you can make that whistling sound with a blade of grass? That's the same thing that's happening. Air is moving over it. It makes it vibrate, so it creates music. The harmonica was invented. You might like to know this. The harmonica was invented by a 16-year-old kid. Yeah, so... Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yes. Yep. You have to talk to the guy sitting down over there and do you guys understand that we've had some great harmonica players who learned to play here at this festival, that got inspired at this festival, that learned to play at this festival? Do you understand that? Guys like Carson Deersing and others have learned to play here and gotten inspired here. So you're in a good crowd coming here.